didn't catch me having another piece. No. No, I'm on the diet. Oops. Good morning, guys. Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today, I thought I'd make something a little bit different, a little bit special, because, you know, it's getting colder and we want a little heartier bread, maybe. So I thought I'd make some potato bread and bring you guys along for the process. It's really simple. I pre-made my potatoes, and I went ahead and used potato flakes this time, just one small package, and whipped them up. You want them to cool all the way, so what I did is I put them in the fridge. And this is a sweet potato sourdough bread. So we have our sourdough risen. Looks like it's starting to fall, so we got to get going on this. So first we're going to add our sourdough, and we're going to do 100 grams of sourdough. And I'm just going to scoop that into here. I have my scale here. Whoops. And that's too much. That's okay. Okay. There we go. Now this sourdough, I fed this morning, so it was ready to go. It's noon, lunchtime. That's why Mother's making something to eat, and that's why we're ready to make our sourdough, because that's when my sourdough starter takes about. I started it at 9:30 this morning. It's ready at noon, so. Okay, so I have my sourdough starter in there. I'm going to feed this a little bit later and put it back in the fridge. What I usually do with my sourdough starter is I put a big layer of flour on top of it, put it in the fridge, and then the day before I'm going to make some bread, I take it out, put some water in it, stir it up, and then the day of making bread, I add the flour and feed it. So the next thing on our list from our sourdough starter is 320 grams of water. So I'm going to zero out my scale again and add 320 grams of, this is filtered lukewarm water. And I put a little too much in there. Measurements accurate. So I'm going to make sure it's 320 grams, and there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to zero out my scale again and add 470 grams of flour. This is just regular all-purpose unbleached flour. I couldn't find the brand I normally use. But I found unbleached, which is more important. I couldn't find organic. Organic has been really hard to find lately. And as we all know, that's just how things go these days. So 470 grams of flour. This is going to be a nice big loaf. I have 464. 500, so we'll take a little bit out. It's 490, 475, 400, 470 grams. Okay, and then we're going to add our salt. And we're adding 10 grams of salt. So I'm going to zero out my scale again, add my 10 grams of salt. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. You guys use what you want. Just don't use iodized salt. Okay? And then it says 5 grams of sugar. I'm going to use 5 grams of honey. Okay? And then 200 grams of potatoes. Let me get a spoon real quick. It's 98, 172. Okay. One package is about what it takes to make this potato bread. It just goes a little bit over. And I have about that much left of the small potato little bags. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to mix this all together with my handy dandy dough whisk. I'm going to take it off the scale. I'll bring you guys in closer so you okay. Mix it all together. Okay. The nice thing is these dough whisks clean off so easy, so quick. And because it's such a thick dough, it really goes through it really easy. I'm going to take my ring off on my right hand, and then I'm just going to mix it a little bit by hand. And it's the right texture. You want it like nice and sticky like that. You got the potato. You want to make sure that the potato's in there really good. Now, the beautiful thing about potato bread is it's so nice and soft. It's a little extra hearty. So it's great to have with like a soup. Like I believe I'm probably going to have soup tonight. We have a cheddar broccoli soup. Might have a nice piece of bread with it. Okay, so let's start with our series of fluff and folds, and I'll get the camera in closer so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry, they're not fluff and folds, they're actually stretch and folds. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing the bread, stretching it, and folding it down. And I just do that over and over again until I feel resistance in the dough. But what I'm doing is I'm forming it a ball over and over again. I'm just kind of demanding, you must be a ball. So it gives tension to the dough, and it slowly gives it its form, and it will get softer and a little stiffer each time you do this. So that's what you're looking for. You want it in a nice little round like that, and you're ready to go. I'm going to put this in my oven with my oven light, put a timer on for 30 minutes and come back in 30 minutes and do it all over again 3 more times, a total of 4, and that's it. So unfortunately, I lost my audio in this portion. Basically, I'm just shaping it. It had risen, and so I'm shaping it and putting it in a smaller bowl. You could use one of those baskets, those sourdough baskets for this. I just like to use a smaller bowl. And I put it on some parchment paper so I can lift it out later easier, because this sourdough bread is it kind of thins out a little bit. It gets almost a little bit watery.
And that's just the way it is. I think it's because of the potatoes, I'm not sure. But it gets watery and very sticky, and it's just a lot easier to move with the um, paper. And I also put this straight from this basket that I'm putting it in, or a smaller bowl, into a hot pan. So it's just ready for that. So we're going to let it rise until it's almost all the way full in this bowl here. And then we're going to put it in the oven for a second rise, and then take it out and put it in our hot pan. Bread has risen. As you can see there, it's almost to the top of the bowl here. And right now I have my oven set at 400 degrees, and it's reached its temperature. And inside the oven I have a pot. I don't have a Dutch oven right now. I need to find mine. It's in a garage full of stuff up to here. But I'm going to go ahead and take out just a normal pot. I'm not worried about any of the sides of the pot because it's going to stay on this paper here. And it is jiggly and wiggly, and that's fine. That's normal. So I'm going to take the pot out. And the pot is very hot, but that's what I want. And this is why we put this on parchment paper, is so that we can just lift it straight up and not lose its shape, and put it right in there. And then later on I can take it right out. I'm going to put a lid on this. This is an oven-safe lid and an oven-safe pot, so luckily I have that. And then I'm going to put it back in for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to check on it and put some ice cubes in the bottom, or some water in the bottom in a pan after I check on it and take off the lid. So it goes right in there like so. And turn on my oven light so I can kind of see in there. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, timer's going off. Turn that off. Open my oven. Take off my lid.
What about him? He didn't make it.
Put in my water.
Wilson's plans too. We'll still realize that us. We'll still transform someday.
And then put on the timer for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to check on it.
That's it. When these ladies need a drink, you know.
We'll be back. Okay, timer's going off. Turn that off. Open my oven. Take off my lid.
Awesome. What about him? He didn't make it.
Put in my water.
Wilson's plans too. We'll still realize that us. We'll still transform someday.
And then put on the timer for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to check on it.
That's it. When these ladies need a drink, you know.
We'll be back. Okay, the timer is going off. Turn that off. Take out this very hot pan. I have a thing of boiling water in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Or water, steam. And the bread is done. Now, one of the reasons why I put it on parchment paper too is it doesn't stick to the thing. And then I can just lift it up and out.
There you go, a beautiful loaf of bread. And we'll cut this open a little later in about 2 hours and give it a taste. But looks delicious and yummy, doesn't it? Perfectly done. There we go. So our bread is done, and it smells amazing. So let's cut into it and taste it. Get a nice bread knife. Oh. It's got a nice crust on it. But it's totally soft inside. Need to sharpen my knife for the bottom. Bottom has a nice little crust on it. But there you go. That's what it looks like inside. That's what the nice piece of bread looks like. And we'll give it a taste here. Here we go. A nice little crust on the outside. Sorry. Little crust on the outside. That's what the steaming does. You can cook it a little darker than this if you want. But this bread has such a wonderful mouthfeel. When you're biting on it or chewing it, it is so soft and just, it feels very, oh, it's just delicious. Absolutely wonderful, guys. Give it a try. Thank you for watching this video. I know that there's some hiccups in this video. We didn't have sound at one point, and then another point there was a TV that was a little too loud. So I apologize for that. But the bread is wonderful, marvelous. Nice and high. Thank you guys for coming out and watching this video. I hope you enjoy this recipe. God bless and have a great day. And we'll see you next time on Hedgehog's Homestead. Bye.